I have so much love because these are people, they're grown-ups, and I taught them in nursery and kindergarten. Their families I'm related to, and I want to help them.
Elder Elaine Fox is trying to save her community from crystal meth. Onion Lake Cree Nation has been in a state of emergency since early 2020, prompted by 3 gang and drug-related murders in 2 months. The crisis continues, fueled by the scars of the past.
Most of them come from dysfunctional families. The families that have never dealt with residential school traumas.
The First Nation straddling the Alberta-Saskatchewan border is not alone.
We need immediate response to any First Nations, anyone that needs addictions support. They can't wait.
After September's stabbing massacre in James Smith Cree Nation, leaders called for better addictions programs, specifically for meth.
People are feeling powerless. The gang violence, the drug war, the crystal meth.
Buffalo River Dene Nation recently reinstated a second state of emergency after assaults on 2 elders. Leaders say the attackers were in meth psychosis. Crystal meth is cheap, accessible, and sweeping through the prairies at record rates. Meth-related deaths have skyrocketed in Saskatchewan and Alberta over the past few years. In Saskatchewan, Indigenous people are the most affected. Since 2016, more than half of meth-related deaths have been First Nations, Métis, and Inuit.
It's replaced alcohol as a drug of choice in most of the young people here.
The RCMP says tackling gangs and the drug trade isn't easy in small communities, even if everyone knows each other's business. Past gang murders are haunting reminders of what can happen if anyone snitches, so it's hard to establish trust.
It's tough to build that in any community, and then you do that in a community where everybody is family and related. It's even tougher to break that barrier, but it's something that has to get done here in order to create change.
These units are now going to be available within this program as a safe place.
These trailers were once used for COVID-19 isolation. Now they'll be safe houses for people displaced by gangs and drugs, complete with security guards. But if someone stays here, they have to get help.
Leadership's desire is not to throw away people.
Chief says what happened in James Smith Cree Nation sparked a sense of urgency.
How do we resolve those internally rather than sending them off to somewhere else where they're not connected to their culture and their identity.
The big baby.
Lloydminster, Alberta is about a half-hour south of Onion Lake. It's where Tiara Dillon attends court-ordered addictions treatment.
If it wasn't for my baby, I wouldn't be here today.
Dillon came here directly from jail while in her 3rd trimester with her son, Trent, now 10 months old. She started using meth in Saskatoon in 2018. She says it drove her away from family and into a gang.
The ones that I considered family was the gang that I was affiliated in. Wow. And now that I'm sober today, I don't see any of that family.
Dillon now has a relationship with her mom in Onion Lake. She's in a sober living facility with 5 of her 7 children.
I'm just happy to be sober and to have them being in my life again. I never thought I would make it this far.
Dillon credits this sober living center with her success. It's part of long-term programs offered at residents in recovery.
This is our boardroom where we have a lot of our smaller group sessions in here.
The team helps people find detox and houses them while they wait for inpatient treatment.
I mean, there's still this focus on traditional treatment methods where we send somebody to detox, they go there for 7 days, they go home or go back to work while they wait for a treatment bed, which they do for 28 days, then they're cured and they're all good, back to their normal life. It's never worked. I mean, the recidivism rates, the relapse rates are just through the roof.
Half of the clients here are Indigenous, many from Onion Lake Cree Nation. So they hired Elaine Fox to bring in a cultural aspect to the recovery program. She started early September, helping reconnect people to ceremonies and prayer.
It seems that I'm using the teachings that I grew up with.
And does she see a healthier future for Onion Lake?
Yes, that's my dream, my hope, my prayers. So many lost.
That's what Fox holds on to while she fights meth's grip on her community.
Sam, there was a meeting in Ottawa by members of Onion Lake. What happened?
Well, Philip Chief, the man who runs those trailer safe houses, met with Attorney General and Minister of Justice David Lametti. So he says that they spoke about how to move forward. And one of the big asks is for police officers to be able to enforce First Nations community bylaws. So, for example, Onion Lake wants to be able to evict band members from their houses if they're known drug dealers. Chief also says that they're really still pushing for that in-community addictions treatment.
Thank you, Sam.